is upland to YouTube. I've got some dumpster dive scavenging action for you. I figured for today's video I'd go out, hit a bunch of dumpsters. Look at that, 11 cents a pound on those right there, folks. A couple steel rotors in there. Scrapyard right down here stays open till 5 p.m. on Fridays now. So I'm dealing with gusty winds of up to 35 miles an hour today. So hopefully I can, look at that, farkel. I didn't even see that. Camouflaged farkel. That one's pretty good. They're like, kind of like a gecko species. They might be related to geckos. They're pretty, or no, not geckos, chameleons. I think farkles are a distant cousin of the chameleon. Okay, so here's the plan. It's about 2:45. It's a little before 3, so I'm gonna call it 2 hours. Go out and see how much scrap metal I can find. I got a microwave, a vacuum cleaner cord. You saw the steel. I got some pounded #1 wire under there, some tin shed. I'm gonna go take this in there real quick, get some pocket money. That little lightweight load of garbage was $7.20. Let's get to it. I don't have as much time as I thought. I have an hour and a half from back earlier in the video when I said I had 2 hours. Hour and a half is what this video is going to be. Oh, that's a gem. A little reciprocating saw. I wonder if that's why they threw it out right there. See the wire? Whoa! Nice catch, kid. That's probably what happened to it to begin with. Looks like someone yanked on it, just like I just did. I'll plug it in, see if it works. It's pretty nice. What's that worth in the store? Chicago Electric Power Tools. I don't see visibly anything else wrong with it. Of course, I'm no expert when it comes to power tools, but hopefully that wind, man, that wind is good. It's the worst kind of wind, right? I don't know when it's coming, so I can't shield the camera. This is where that tornado hit. I'm gonna get you a shot of this place. My battery died last time I was here. Oh, look at it. I didn't look in this dumpster yet. I'm gonna pull around and get a shot of this place. They got it blocked off so I can't get in the parking lot. But look at this. Little apple. Alrighty. They'll freak out if I go any closer. So, well, it looks like they got it. Well, I don't know. I'll zoom in on the editor. I don't want to go any further. But there's a semi trailers flipped over, smashed. Look at that building. Sheesh. Fine little jacket. That's still a nice coat. I'll put that on the curb. That's curb worthy. It's got one little flaw. It's nice though, a little Abercrombie. Did I pronounce my R there? Did I say Abercrombie? Abercrombie. Must be camouflage. Chameleon Farkle season. Look at that. Finding lots of chameleons. I guess they're not chameleons, they're Farkles. The species of Farkle is closely, distantly related to chameleons, also known as the camouflage Farkle. Those are vinyl. Sometimes it's hard to tell on video. Vinyl blinds. This will make some people mad. We've got a great fisherman in the area. Nice little channel cats here. Couldn't even take the time to throw them in a dumpster. Look at that one. That's a big one. And I'm not sure what kind of fish that is. A couple game fish in there. That almost looks like a, I don't want to touch it, it's gross and old. But big old channel catch in there, look at that one. Couple game fish, channel catch. That's what I always like to do. Go out, have a great day catching fish, and come home and just throw them in the garbage. Huh? Who out there likes to do that kind of stuff? Looks like a farkel showing up to feed on them. Farkle galore. Look at that, folks. They call that the Malachi Crunch. One of these little produce crates from Mexico. They just come with like little cactuses or that type of produce. They're nice. You see these selling at flea markets for like $5, $7. People like to have those. I used to put those in a retail store and they would disappear almost instantly. If that was aluminum, I'd take it. That's it. I don't see too many temporary tires like that. Looks like a pretty nice Hankook. How you pronounce that? K-O-O-K. Hankook. Nice looking temporary tire. What you think? I'm not gonna sell this to the scrapyard. It's a nice piece of steel, but that's worth some good money. Like Play It Against Sports. I might actually keep this one for myself. That's a rather nice one right there. It's a curl bar, weightlifting bar. It's a snake. Careful! Careful! What is it? Careful! Careful! She's so stupid! It's a snake! that was gonna be better. Gave him the fakie.
Here, Farkle, Farkle, Farkle.
Oh, that'll stretch out your hammies, I tell you what. Here a Farkle, there a Farkle. Pretty much everywhere a Farkle.
Here, Farkle, Farkle.
I am the great Farkle Hunter. Little real-time score action. Scrappy ought to take that vacuum. It doesn't have a whole lot of plastic on it. Nice little motor in there, got some weight to it. Thought he could outlast me. He saw me turn the camera off and he jumped out from behind the bushes. Another second, Mr. Farkle, I'd have been gone. Gotta be to the scrapyard in 15 to 20 minutes, so I don't got time to mess around. There's a nice piece of copper in there, and this is an old TV, so let's have a peeky poo. Oh, look at that. That's the good stuff. That's a nice, you know what, I think that's old enough that that's gonna be a big wire, copper wire. I don't really have time to go after the yoke, but this piece is really nice, I think, in this old TV. Mitsubishi. I didn't know Mitsubishi made TVs that old. Huh. I wonder if that's a newer, just one of those vintage knockoffs, maybe. We'll see. You're not supposed to crack these old lead glass CRT fellas. You're not supposed to crack them. Whatever I'm trying to say, I can't get the words out of my mouth. Lead glass. Most of the lead in these is in the funnel area of the glass tube. And then inside the tube, there's actually some dangerous stuff as well. So you're not supposed to break them open. Drum roll, please. If this is copper, it's going to be about $3.60 or more. It's at least a pound if it's copper. If it's aluminum, it's only going to be worth about 10 to 20 cents. Whoa, look at that, folks. Oh, I'm seeing the country gold, folks. There it is. Oh, assumption correct. I think that is an old TV. I didn't know Mitsubishi made TVs that old. That's hard to weigh like that. It could be close to 2 pounds of copper. It's at least a pound minimum. If I stripped it, it'd be $3.60. As is, it's going to be like $1.80. I think this yard's going to give me for number 1 insulated copper wire. So that's $1.80. Wham bam. And let's take those off properly. I need to get the screwdriver out and remove it. I could do it, but I'd trade taking that copper off there in for going through this entire huge apartment complex. So I'm going to probably come back for this later. See how it goes. I guess I should elaborate. I don't explain well enough sometimes, do I? To new people. That copper cord I got on the newer TVs, they're generally going to be aluminum. From what I've noticed, the small TVs will still kind of be copper, but the real big TVs like that one will usually be aluminum these days on the new ones. So there's a nice piece of brass, dirty brass key stuck in there, brass screws, steel screws. I've seen a scale nastier than this one. Yummy. That's a nice piece though. didn't make it all the way through that apartment complex. I ran out of time. This is the most important thing, is to get here. How about I get this done and I'll go back out there and get that copper yoke off that TV and finish up that apartment complex. So we'll extend this video, get you a little more action. Worked out pretty good. The time on the clock, the time I had left was almost exactly perfect with me filling up, so not too bad, not too bad. Okay, I got to looking at this. This has a bigger problem. I didn't notice that it's actually separated from there, so it's gonna be scrap only. Okay, ended up with a nice clump of #2 insulated copper wire. At this scrapyard, if you cut the ends and plugs off of a low-grade wire, they'll give you #2 insulated copper for it. Missed one. Look at that. The other scrapyard you see me at, I would leave all those plugs on this low-grade wire, and they give you a #3 insulated copper wire, low-grade junk wire, I refer to it as. But here I gotta throw all the #2 in there, and then this is gonna be, oh, let me get my pliers out of there. That's a good pound of #1 insulated copper wire. It's probably like a pound and a half, it feels like. This might go as breakage, I'm not sure. Garbage disposals are breakage. I got some decent aluminum down there, and I might keep that. I could probably get $5 to $10 at a store like Play It Again Sports. It's even got the rubber gaskets on there, both sides. So, but I'll probably use it for myself. I'll say I use it for myself. I'll take it home and set it next to all the plate weights I've been collecting, and maybe in 6 months I'll use it. Get it! Get it! Get it! The snake! And then maybe like a little bit of dirty brass here. Actually, I'm gonna take this to the other scrapyard some other day. They're a lot better with dirty brass over there. And tin shred here, just gonna go in this bucket here. And then I'll put this bucket in the wheelbarrow and I'll take it up there. Alrighty, so on that load I got $20.75, 2 free suckers. Curl bar, that's a nice one. Careful! 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 She's so stupid. Get it! What is it doing? What is it doing? What's it doing in the house? Get it! There's a snake! Not sure what I'm gonna do with that. I'll probably just end up on the curb. And that Abercrombie and Fitch little winter jacket is actually kind of nice. It has a tiny little hole on it. All right, let's go back and get that copper yoke off that TV. What is that? I see copper. Oh, it's a battery, I think. Huh. This is a known farkel habitat, a natural farkel habitat. Here, farkel, here, farkel, 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 farkel. Here, farkel, 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 farkel. The farkel call rarely fails. They have a hard time resisting the farkel call. Sometimes there'll just be farkles all over the place in a habitat such as this. Holler at me. If I miss a farkel, let me know. Of course, it's hard to see them on video. They're so good at camouflaging themselves. A piece of gum or an oil spot you could mistake for a farkel watching on video. So You're gonna make me look bad, Mr. Farkles. Only 2 farkles on a day such as today. The first warm days of the year. You could be talking about hundreds of farkles. There we go. There we go. Right on cue. Right on cue. Oh, right on cue. Oh my goodness. Yeehaw. 25, 50, 75, 100, 25, 150, 200, 275 farkles. What do you think, folks? Right on cue, folks. The great Farkle Hunter strikes again. That one got me kind of juiced up. What do you think? Can you tell? Here, Farkle, 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 Farkle. You gotta learn how to use the Farkle call. Once you get the Farkle call down, you can be real successful in finding the Farkles. I'm flirting with 300 Farkles so far today. Closing in on 300 Farkles, folks. Here, Farkle, 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 Farkle. Here, Farkle, 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 Farkle. Here, Farkle, 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 Farkle. Okay, so I'm kind of reluctant to clean this up because it's gonna leave a big. I shouldn't have ripped it. Well, you know what? Never mind. I can still screw it back in. That's got a nice guard right here, heavy-duty guard. It's gonna leave a big spike of glass that's really dangerous. So I suppose I could even stand it back up. So yeah, that's not gonna be a problem, I guess. But never mind then. I was gonna say I was reluctant. You gotta be careful how you leave these things because kids could be playing around here, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But okay, I should just need the snips and the screwdriver. What you do on these dogs is you just, if I can see which way that's facing. I can barely see that. That's a little screw. Like so. Take these screws off these clamps here. Lots of these are built a little differently, but they're all pretty similar. Sometimes, I should check, sometimes, this isn't one I don't think, sometimes this whole yoke here will be glued to the glass, and the only way to get it off is to break the glass, so that's kind of lame, but I think we'll be alright with this one. Circuit board's not a whole lot. Actually, it's just gonna go on my tin shed and slide that off there like so. Got a little bin over here to throw my little bits. Stainless steel clamps, whatnots. Well, you gonna come off there? What you doing, dude? See how that works? So usually that's all there is to it. Sometimes they'll be on there really good. See, it's glued on there a little bit, the rubber. Sometimes those will be on there kind of hard, and I have to take, there's usually, I guess there's only 3 of them here. Usually have to take all of them off, but that one That one cooperated. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Copper Yoke. Now there could be about a pound of copper in there. I used to save these up and put them in a 50-gallon trash can, and then I'd go through and get copper out all at once, and I'd smash them in my storage unit. And the dust that comes off here is filthy. It'll make you sick, so I'd suggest do this outdoors. You can throw this in with your ferrous metal. That's magnetic. The black metal that's wrapped around. But what I'll do is I'll just smash them like this. I used to do it in my storage unit. It's terrible. Don't do this stuff indoors, man. Even just this household dust that's in here. Even this household dust is filthy to breathe, man. You don't want to breathe none of this stuff. So I actually used to wear a mask, and I still did it indoors, but even that still kind of, it'll make you sick, right? The dust. And then those were in the days where I didn't even know what I was doing. A common thing for scrappers to do. That's why I try to point out the right way to do it these days. Is I'll just come along and just with the wrecking bar, or whatever, just you know, I can do it with my snips, right? Real fast way to do it, just smash that glass and just grab this, and you can yank on these wires. This one's built different, it's old, so all the good stuff is down there. But like I could just rip this off here, right? Real fast if I wanted to. But those are back in the days, and then there'd be glass in here, and I was smashing that up, right? And there was glass dust, and then this stuff is real dusty when you smash it. And it's just bad news, man. Don't learn the hard way. Don't learn the hard way. I taught myself how to do all this stuff. Now YouTube's around, so lots of people can see, probably save themselves a lot of trouble. But this will come, let me get this on the cement. This comes apart really easy. See how that works? I don't want to make a mess right here, but there's about a pound of copper right there. So that's $3.60 in copper. And then that's about a pound of some sort of ferrous metal, so that's another 11. That's about $3.71 when I clean it up. And then let's see, this was built kind of strange. So that's how scrappers usually do stuff. Like on YouTube, you might see people sit down taking stuff apart, but that's generally in reality, in real life, people that go to scrapyards, that's kind of how they'll do stuff, and then they'll just throw this whole thing in their 10 shred box. Meticulously cleaning stuff for every little scrap bit. It's kind of a YouTube thing. I mean, people do it, but for the most part, people don't really clean up stuff a whole lot. It makes cool YouTube videos, right? To sit down and take this all apart, right? But I'll probably just cut the wires off and yank that piece of aluminum off. And this, I get motors for this. I'll cut the wires off there. I get clean electric motor for that. And then see how I'm doing this. There's people around here, so I don't want to get too carried away, but see how I'm doing that, right? That's how I do it. That's how most scrappers will do it. I don't know, I suppose it could be changing these days with YouTube videos. People will probably be getting real good at doing it all kinds of different ways. So it's real dirty. See how dirty that is? Look at that. See that? That's why I want to make a mess here. See that right there? Dirty. Dirty, dirty. But it is magnetic. That's bad news. Don't breathe this stuff, man. That's just, I mean, I just can't say it enough. It's just terrible for you. Awful. I don't even want to put it in my bin. So when I've cleaned these before, I've had people in the comments flip out on me because I don't take that little piece of copper, or they'll say I don't know what I'm doing because I don't know that's copper, right? But that's I'm not dogging anyone, but in real life, that's not even going to be worth anything. That weighs like 2 microns, right? I'd need about 5,000 of those to get to 2 ounces, right? So, but I don't want to. I mean, I don't know. Good information is good information, so I gotta tell it how it is, don't I? So that motor, I could take the screws off there, or I could just go street scrapper on it and probably do something like that with it. What do you think? Street scrapper special. Lots of good stuff on these TVs though, for sure. Try not to make too much of a mess. This is hazardous waste. It's illegal technically to put them in the garbage. So this is basically illegal dumping of hazardous waste right here. So I want to put this back over here for sure. See what I mean? See how dangerous it is? Just a terrible accident waiting to happen. So put this back over here like so. What I meant by that is this is a really cheap circuit board. Now high quality circuit boards, it does make sense to sit down and take them apart. That's the problem with making YouTube videos, man. You say stuff and it can be taken out of context so easily, right? There's definitely good money in high grade circuit boards for sure. That's just a cheapy schmeepy. So okay, you know what, this is why I was debating with myself if I even wanted to do this. I could screw it down, but I think I'm going to actually just set it upright. The thing that makes it dangerous is because someone could fall on it, so I don't want to turn it over on its back because that could break that. So we'll put it like so, and I'm actually gonna take this screw out of here. I'm gonna take a couple of these screws and I'm gonna drive them back through here into there again, but I don't want to bore you with it. I sure hope you enjoyed this little video, and I guess it's time to say, as always, thanks for watching. Careful! Just careful! Careful, Snake! Careful! 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 Get out! Get out!